Good morning, guys. So I've been getting some DMs, questions, text messages from some younger athletes about how to eat, how to put on muscle, and how to get big for their upcoming season. Now, full disclosure, I do not condone the activities of driving while recording, but I'm going to because I need to create more content for you guys, and there's questions that need to be answered, and this is the best way that I can squeeze these in, is in my 15 to 20 minute commute to work. So let's get right to it. You want to get big in the gym, this is what you got to do. Number one, you got to lift the iron. If you're not moving weight, there's going to be no resistance. There's going to be no damage to your muscles. There's going to be no growth. So number one, get in the gym, lift. Number two, specificity of your sport. If you're a weightlifter, you need to train and lift heavy often. Not every day, but more than once a week. If you are training, for example, the person that reached out to me, soccer, you need to focus on strengthening your legs. You need to squat and you need to deadlift. Not for 1 rep maxes, but for, 3 to 5 to 8 repetitions, for 3 to 5 working sets. You need to accumulate volume that allows your legs to be strong for running and cutting and kicking, and your legs also need to be conditioned and conditioned, and your lungs need to be and have the cardio capacity to run for 60, 80, 90 minutes if you're in college or professional. You need to have sport specificity to your training. Now, the other half of that, and to answer your question, how do you get big? Well, first, yes, you need to lift, but number two, you need to eat. Most likely, if you have been working in the gym for months, as you are saying, and you're not getting quote unquote big, you need to increase calorie consumption. Now, I'm not saying you need to increase by 1,000 calories, but let's start out with something small. 200 to 250, maybe 300 extra calories, either before your workout or after your workout, may be beneficial. You might be so underfed that you need an extra 500, 600 calories. And again, not a dietitian, I'm just speaking from experience. I didn't start getting quote unquote big in the gym until I started doing that. I needed to eat more protein for muscle development. I was underfed. My muscles were always constantly sore, agitated, not feeling like they were recovering. Part of it was 1, sleep, 2, not eating enough protein, carbs, and fats to sustain my body. I was always looking like I was like skinny fat because the muscle couldn't grow, but I was also so undernourished that the body fat was still coming off of me, if that makes sense. But you need to focus on, again, specificity of your training for specifically soccer, if that's what you want to train for. And number two, you need to eat more quality food. Now, one way that I would squeeze in these extra calories is I would consume a protein shake at night, 1 to 1.5 to 2 scoops of protein, depending on where my calorie needs were at the time, how hard was my training session that day. I would add whole milk, probably about 1 to 1.5 cups, or if we were thinking ounces, I think it's like 6 to 8 or 10 ounces, maybe even more. Again, if I need those extra calories. If you're doing 2-a-days, absolutely put in as much as you can that you can stomach. And then I would consume 1 to 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. So in total, I don't know exactly the macros or calories, but it's probably somewhere of like 300 to 500 you could squeeze in. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you get a little bit out of this video. I want to create these little segments that I will now be calling Mindful Minutes, where I will be answering your guys' questions and trying to, again, provide as much value as possible. So, as always, peace and much love. And let me know what other questions you have. Please DM me, leave them in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.